to depression-youarenot-alone.com. I'm Shannon. We don't have Lily in this episode, but to my right is Lou. Behind the scenes is John. John, can you say hello?
No.
That's John. And
he's batting 1,000.
He's batting 1,000.
No, I said hello
actually,
once or twice,
once
maybe.
Or twice. He's actually a super friendly guy. He's just beats to his own drum sometimes. All right, go ahead, Lou. What are we talking about today?
Well, the cat, for starters, just had his tail in your drink.
Yeah.
But that's...
Oh, that's nothing wrong with a little cat hair.
That's all right. I have dog hair,
it's protein.
cat hair.
I guess what I want to talk about, because I think about it every now and then, I've thought about it for so many years, is how, in my case, when I was battling my mental illness, and still do, but of course, earlier on, you're so involved in your battle, you're not even thinking of how you're affecting the people around you. And then what happens later on, you hopefully get an opportunity to look back at how your situation did affect others. And it could be drug abuse, alcoholism,
addictions in general.
A plethora of things it could be.
I hope, when you're going through something, even if it's an addiction, that once you've gotten, and I'll say in control, but when you have an addiction, obviously it's something you have to fight the rest of your life, right? Unfortunately, it's not usually the case where that's it, problem solved, and you move on.
The first thing is you have to realize you have an addiction.
Right, but I want to talk more about later on in your life when you've kind of conquered it, if we can say that, or at least made a lot of progress and understand and have more control over the situation, the people around you, that you've affected their lives as well, right? Fortunately, some of us, many of us, have those that didn't bail.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
They stuck it out.
Yeah.
Right, they stuck it out. I've known a lot of people in my life, that's not the case.
That have bailed.
It's not the case.
And then they were left with nothing. But
it's not the case.
Yeah.
Especially drugs, alcoholism, where people have taken off. The last episode we did was about the Bee Gees. That was our last episode. And we mentioned Andy Gibb. I don't know if you guys remember, but Andy Gibb was dating Victoria Principal.
Yeah, and she left him because she couldn't take it anymore.
Yeah.
She gave him a choice.
Yeah.
Drugs or me.
Yeah.
He chose
Guess
drugs.
what he chose? He chose drugs.
I would have taken her anytime.
And he, you'd think, right?
Think,
but
yeah.
it shows the power of an addiction.
Of addictions, yeah.
Plus, he knew how he felt. He knew his career declining. He saw all of that.
Yeah.
But he couldn't control it.
Yeah.
And he died at 30.
Well, he wasn't prepared for that. He basically had a meteoric rise. I mean, he just started, and right away he couldn't handle it. And when that happens,
Well, a lot of people can't when you have fame, or even if you don't have fame. But anyway,
And we don't know that, right? We don't know that
There are-
feeling.
yeah.
It could be. I would imagine it's got to be overwhelming in some cases.
Oh, it's got to be.
And I would think, in my humble opinion, today is even worse. You had artists in the 60s, musical artists, let's say, for example, 60s and 70s, where they were popular in England, for example, and then they came here to try to make it. I mean, now, an
Some
artist
did
can
make
put
it
out a
here
song,
better than England.
can put out one song, and it's global,
Yeah.
like that, instantly. I don't know that I'd want that kind of fame, to be honest with you.
Yeah, right?
I don't think I'd want that, because
No.
I also would like to live my life. And,
Absolutely.
But
You
by the same token, there's still a lot of musicians that are good, and they're not going to get anywhere.
Of course, but that's in everything.
Well,
Yeah.
that's in
There are artists.
everything
There are artists that painters
yeah.
that can paint,
And they're not gonna get
so
anywhere.
unbelievable,
And then-
they get nowhere. Then
They're
there's
not-
somebody who'll do 3 lines or 4 lines, and they're instantly famous.
Yeah, they'll sprinkle some paint on the canvas. We're good.
Well, yeah, it's amazing how it works
I'm
out.
not even going to try to figure that out.
No.
But I have had time. Being older, you can say you have time to look back at things. And thinking about people in my life, my situation affected those people in my life. They didn't leave me. I was fortunate. you know?
Yeah, you were.
I was fortunate.
100% fortunate.
But I've known a lot of people that aren't.
Yeah, because
weren't.
I would have to say they are very weak.
I know people that have said to people struggling, you know what you put me through? You know what you put me through?
Yeah.
And listen, I think I think in all fairness, we do need to understand that what I went through, when I say me, you, viewer, whatever, you did put other people through it as well. Of course, people that care about you are going to suffer.
Of course they're going to
along.
suffer.
They're going to suffer
That's
along
just
with
human
you, right?
nature.
Because they care about you.
That's exactly.
They care about you.
Yeah.
If they don't, if they're not feeling it, odds
Well,
are they're
then,
not as close
no.
as you wish
No, if they don't have any
they would be.
impact in their life from your situation, then exactly.
And I'm not attacking people, for example, a marriage ends over drugs or this or that. I mean, sometimes there's a limit, right? And sometimes that needs to happen to wake the other person up.
Absolutely.
Up, because what it comes down to really is getting that person's life in order.
Right.
And sometimes you need to lose things to
you
get
need
you
to
motivated.
lose things to get you motivated to
Everybody,
you need to be aware.
And everybody's different.
Yeah.
And every situation.
There's always a breaking point.
And
when that happens, you got to do it.
Yeah, and you know what?
Yeah.
And there are people, I've heard celebrities say, you know what? My wife left me, this happened, that happened. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you know.
Yeah, it's always
now
after the
I
fact,
get
not
it.
during.
It was too much. I
Yeah.
had no control.
Right.
If I have no control, how can I expect the other person to?
You can't.
Limitless patience when I'm not even trying.
You cannot.
I'm not even trying.
You absolutely cannot.
Yeah, it's. I think it's asking too much, right? It's unreasonable.
No, of course it is.
Yeah.
And sometimes, unfortunately, that's how life is.
And that you're 100% right.
Sometimes life, we get kicked in the ass. We feel we do, but we're actually kicking ourselves in the ass.
Yeah.
And it takes losses.
It's a roller coaster.
Regrouping, getting our crap together.
Yeah. Well,
to
you're always
save
going to have forks in the road.
Our own lives. You know what? I lost a relationship.
Yeah.
I lost this, I lost that, but I saved my life.
Yeah.
But my life is saved, and now I can do better.
Yeah.
I have tremendous respect and admiration for people that have been through things, let's say addiction, for example. And again, I don't like, I feel uncomfortable about using the word conquer, you know what I mean? Because I know with addiction, it's not that that's it, it's done, I'm good. I know it's a struggle.
Yeah, 'cause you really never conquer addiction.
I know it could be 20, 30 years later after being clean.
Yeah. Yeah.
A situation can arise. I understand that.
Well, look at how many people who are alcoholics. They're off alcohol for 20, 30, 40 years.
Yeah. And
they have one drink.
One drink.
And that's it.
It sets them back. But what does that say? Does it mean that's I screwed up, I give up? No.
No, you just keep moving forward.
You know what? You look at everything you did to get to that point, right? And say, I was able to conquer this for at least 10 years, 20 years, 30 years.
That's an accomplishment in
I
itself.
can do it again.
Yeah, of course you can.
I can do it again. But what I was saying is I have a lot of respect and admiration for people who have been through these things and then have focused on helping others.
Oh, that's the most rewarding thing.
I mean, that's
It's
amazing.
rewarding to be able to have that experience, right?
Share
and then
it.
you go share it, and then you go out and then you help others with that situation.
And the thing about sharing the
rewarding.
experiences is not, see, with me, I've done it most of my life, not telling people what I did that worked. Oh, this worked.
Yeah.
I also tell people, and this is where I screwed up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This is what I should have done. Because one of my biggest regrets in my life, and I'm sure, and I know this too from a lot of people with addiction, is the years that I lost. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of people, they've told me, man, the years that I lost, man, dude, I was messed up every day, messed up. I lost years of my life I can't get back. And
Not only that.
Yeah, I know.
A lot of people don't even remember the years.
But
Well,
they once you clear your head, you
Yeah,
know,
you
you know,
do
you know.
yeah.
I've always said this, which is very important, is math. Numbers are real. When you look at your life and you say, I'm 50.
Oh my God.
Maybe, and what you said is actually, there's some truth to that, where people can say, man, I'm 50. Where did my 40s go?
Yeah, exactly.
My memories of the 40s
Well, hopefully
are
the whole
very
40s were blacked
So what you
out,
said is there's a
gone.
lot of truth to
There
that.
is.
Yeah.
Where they can look
Hopefully
back
they
and
were
go,
not blacked out.
man, so many years are like,
Yeah.
There are no memories
Yeah.
for me.
Just wasted
There are
time
very
on.
few or no memories.
Yeah.
Not only that, my circle of people in my life gradually shrunk.
Of course, if you
Shrunk.
have an addiction,
Shrunk.
it's going to shrink.
And then I ended up being with a circle of people that were bad for me.
Yeah.
Well, the people with addictions tend to navigate towards other people that will.
Of course. Well, we all tend to navigate, I think,
Wow.
towards those we share something with.
Yeah.
Right.
Something in
Of
common.
course. Yeah.
Positive or negative, right?
Yeah.
It can be very positive, it can be very negative.
Well, with drug addiction and alcohol addiction, it's always negative.
And people that are not addicts kind of push away.
Yeah.
I don't want to be around someone who's
Right.
wasted
Why
all
would
that.
you want? You wouldn't want to.
It's not the life I want to
No,
live.
that is
It's not my
exactly.
world. I can't. I'm not going to get sucked in your
I
world.
can't get brought down. Yeah.
And you know, I think most people with addiction are not trying to suck you into their world. They have an addiction, they have an illness.
They're not even aware
They
of
can't
it. I don't
control it.
think.
It's just-
They're not
it's
even
an illness.
aware of it.
It's an illness. You
No.
know, I can have 3 or 4 beers right now and not drink for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
An alcoholic, most cannot say that, right?
No, because they wouldn't be able to
Say
stop
that.
until they're out.
So it's an illness.
We went through a cleansing thing not too long
cleansing?
ago. We went through a cleansing thing for like months where we did not have any alcohol, and we felt amazing.
But we're not alcoholics.
No, we. I mean, do we drink? Of course we
No,
drink.
you're Irish, which
Yes,
Well,
we
yeah,
do
that
drink.
goes without
It's
saying.
letting
I'm
you
not
know.
stereotyping.
But we went through this months and months and months of just nothing, and we didn't crave it. It's amazing how you think that. Well, just go ahead. I want to get
You're
into
right, but
that.
think about
no.
think about someone who is like wasted every day.
Oh, I couldn't.
Every
Right.
day. Okay, we couldn't, right?
No.
And in most cases they don't want to either. They want to
I mean,
because
I can-
the addiction wants them to, right?
Yeah.
But they don't want to. I got to do better than this, man. I don't want this to be my
But their
life.
their
I want-
addiction
But
is
there's
too
also
strong.
an underlying there's an
amazing.
underlying thing too. So I would want to get into that person's life and find out, okay, yeah, you want something's drawing you. Yeah, you have an addiction. I
Or it could
understand
also
that.
be hereditary,
it
running in the
could-
family.
That is
Yeah,
very fair
running
to
the
say
family,
that.
yeah.
But there could be also an underlying issue. What is drawing you to do these things, to abuse your body like that? I mean, we've all abused our body in
It's-
some way, right? Well, maybe not all of us, but.
Yeah,
Yeah, we pretty much
eat
all.
store-bought food or
I think
fast
we, I
food.
think
yeah,
we
Well,
pretty
whether
much.
it's obesity
We
or
pretty much all have had
alcohol.
those
Yeah.
those days where we're like, okay, I'm not doing that again.
Some maybe a little more
I'm
than
not doing that
others,
again.
but yeah,
I'm sick
yeah.
for 3 days. I'm not doing that again.
Yeah, well,
and some people are able to say, I'm
Sometimes
not
some
doing
people
that again.
don't learn their lessons
right?
so quickly, but yes.
And some people will look back at their lives and say, man,
Don't you put ice in your tea?
I remember
No.
the
Really?
first time I was hugging that toilet. I promised myself I would never do it again. I did it 50 more times.
What is
Oh,
it?
I've
Right?
hugged the toilet
What is
a
it?
lot.
Chamomile?
No, it's
not chamomile?
No.
I would still put ice in my tea.
Yeah, I should.
So I wanted to talk about that because I think of the people, the lives I affected, how I affected their lives, and I remember looking back and feeling so bad. My children, my wife, not this one, the other one.
Oh my gosh! What? Not this one, the other one. Not my husband,
But-
my ex-husband.
My parents, John, you know, how my situation affected them. At the time, you're not thinking of those things. You're not even able to get yourself right. How are you going to think about that?
No, because you're in a whole other world.
Yeah, of course.
Not thinking right.
And it's you can say it wasn't okay. Well, it wasn't a choice. I mean,
Yeah.
it was circumstances, right? But I think once we clear our minds, we've gotten to a better place. We can make amends, and making amends sometimes, yes, with those people by verbalizing to them. I know you went through a lot with me. I appreciate you were always there for me. Or even if they weren't there for you, but say, hey, I know I put you through a lot, or, you know, I apologize. I just wasn't in the right place. I just wasn't. It's not me. It's not who I am.
Right.
I mean, you can do those things, not only because everything, you may say something, it may sound simple. It's not just about making amends to those people. it's about the healing for ourselves to know. I did things wrong. I didn't mean to. It's just my situation at the time.
Well,
So by verbalizing to those people, letting them realize that I know you suffered. I understand that. It's also healing for us.
Of
that
course
is
it
part of the healing
100%
process.
Healing for us that, you know what?
Absolutely.
There are things I did wrong at the time to other people. I didn't want to, I didn't mean to, it's just where I was. But now, part of my healing is also letting them know, I know where I was then, and I want to tell you, I'm sorry.
Addiction.
I wish I hadn't. I wish I hadn't. I'm in a better place now. I'm okay now. Or I'm working on myself. Whatever
And then,
the level is.
And then you can start to see that, because obviously if it was addiction or whatever, you've already been isolated, most likely.
Yeah.
And you've kind of buried,
Or you're not isolated, but you're with your wrong people.
or you're with the wrong people.
Wrong people.
And then what you can slowly see is you can, by doing what you just said, you can slowly try to get your life back in pieces, right?
Heal, yes.
You heal in
Absolutely.
pieces.
Well, because that's the way it happens. It's
And
not all in
you-
one shot.
It's a process.
Yeah,
It's a big process.
It's a complete process.
It's a
Whether
process.
it's freaking getting out of the house and riding a bike, or
And the beauty is there's not a time frame.
and there's not a time frame.
No.
There's no time
We
frame.
all have our
You
own.
do baby steps. It's whatever you feel you are capable of.
You know, when-
if it's just even stepping out of the house.
Well, for some people, it's hard. Just to go outside, it's hard.
It could be. It could be very hard.
But when-
Because they're so comfortable in
Yeah,
their
I-
in their
You know,
surroundings.
we also talk about stigma. The stigma with mental health, also with addiction as well. There are people that are ashamed.
Yeah.
They're ashamed. Now, I've always said this. You don't need to go to the grocery store. You know, like I said, I don't go to the grocery store when I get to the cashier and say, hey, my name's Lou. Depression. I have depression.
Yeah.
Grab the mic. Depression here. I
Depression
have
here
depression.
in aisle
You don't
4.
need to tell the world.
No.
You don't need to tell the world. But, you know, hopefully, and this is the sad part, is not everyone has someone, that person, or those people. I had people, okay, that I knew cared about me and weren't going to judge me or look down on me. I think with addiction, wow, we're kind of talking more about addiction here.
Yeah, we
You
are.
know, let's just go with it.
Yeah.
Here's what the hell.
Well, addiction's huge.
Let's just go with it. Where
Addiction
people,
is huger.
Huger.
It's bigger than you
Where
think.
people
No,
would
addiction
say,
is huge.
where people say, oh yeah, you know, you bum, he's always drinking, he's always this or that. I mean, that's what an addiction does.
Yeah.
Give people choices and the power. Here, I'm going to give you the power to change things. A lot of people would say, I know what I'm going to use that power for, to end this.
Yeah.
To end this addiction so I can live have a clear mind,
Say you go out to
a
a
healthy
bar.
body. I don't want to live like this anymore.
You got somebody that drinks a lot, too much. You go out to a bar with a bunch of friends and you go, you're the designated driver today. Maybe they'll do it, maybe they won't. But if
Depends
they
on your
do,
friends.
Oh no!
Yeah, it depends on your friends. Yeah, it depends on your friends.
I would be looking
Where the
for
Uber
a
driver
ride
will go,
share.
I'm not even driving
Yeah,
you
I'd be
guys.
looking for
Yeah.
a ride share.
yeah,
whatever
no. But
they're
if you have
called.
those
No
type
way.
of friends
I would
that
not put
will
that on a friend.
that will say this guy's
Because
drinking
I
too
wouldn't
much,
be able to.
or this girl is
They may
drinking too
come
much.
not-
Yeah, but
come through for you.
unfortunately, so many people have friends where they say, hey, you know what,
Oh,
man?
they just help them.
I know I've been the fall down drunk.
And
I
they
know
want to step
I've
up.
been entertaining, but I don't want to live like that anymore. I don't want to do it anymore. Oh, come on, man, have one.
No,
That's-
that's
yeah,
terrible.
yeah, there's
that's
those-
gross. That is
because
just
that
disgusting.
person is thinking of having fun right
Yeah,
now. instead
that's
of
all
thinking
they're thinking about.
Instead of
Not
thinking
about
of the
their
person's battle.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Instead of thinking,
Selfishness,
a true friend would say, hey, let's go do something that doesn't involve drinking.
Yeah,
Let's go do something else.
yeah, for sure.
That's showing support.
Or even if you're going to go someplace,
And you don't even have to say.
don't drink.
You don't even have to say, let's do something that doesn't involve drinking. Just suggest something that doesn't involve drinking.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's support. You don't even have to say it.
Well,
You suggest, let's
if you're
do this.
Battling
Let's
alcohol,
go.
I would not
Hey,
be going to
man,
a bar.
or even saying, you know what? Me too. I agree with you, man. I mean, I'm okay.
Yeah,
Let's go
yeah.
do something else.
There's so many things.
That's support.
yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
You know, I don't. I know this. How should I say this? I know it can sound manipulative, but sometimes you can be manipulative for positive results. If you're manipulative to harm someone,
No good.
to cheat someone,
No good.
it's a different story. Sometimes it is a bit manipulative to say, for example, like I said here, hey, let's do so it doesn't involve drinking, not even mention drinking. Hey, you know what? Let's go do this.
Yeah.
That doesn't involve drink without even mentioning it.
Yeah.
It's kind of being a little manipulative, but for positive results.
Yeah, not
And
for negative.
Without throwing it in a person's face.
Yeah. You don't do it for the wrong reason.
You know, right, we're going to do this because you have a drinking problem.
Yeah, no.
No,
That doesn't work.
Let's just go do this. Let's
Yeah.
do something else.
You do it for,
I mean, that's being positive without even bringing it up.
values and morals and, integrity.
You know,
You
I
help. You
Well,
help.
I just think people look down too much. It still happens.
Of course they do. Well, that's
talk
never
about
going to stop,
There are
unfortunately.
family members that
It's never going to stop.
family members that have written someone off because
Always.
they're on drugs or they're on alcohol.
They've totally written them off.
If we only understood as a whole that
Oh, what?
if they had a choice, they probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
There was a TV movie. I think Jim Carrey played the son.
Yeah, he was an alcoholic.
He was an alcoholic. He had no support.
well,
I didn't see
because
that
it was
movie.
the perfect family.
Yeah, it was a perfect family.
Perfect family. The son was gay.
Oh.
He was a star football player, but he was gay. The mother discovered he was gay.
Right.
And that was not
A gay
acceptable.
son, an alcoholic son.
Father was ex-military. It was actually a good movie. I think it was a TV movie, if I remember
I
correctly.
think it was a TV movie.
But there still is, and people, why is there stigma too? There's stigma too because a lot of people are not accepting of what someone is going through. They're looking to put you down. Because
First thing they wanna
if there
do.
was acceptance and support, people wouldn't be embarrassed to say, I have this problem.
Yeah.
Or I have that problem, right? Because they understand people will be supportive, understanding, and they're
What's
not.
that out here?
Well, that's because a lot of people have absolutely no clue. They
Because
don't understand mental illness,
there are those,
and they're unwilling to understand it.
there are those that have this ability. I have not been through what you're going through,
So.
but I have empathy for you. I want to be there for you. I don't understand. I will try to, but I want to be there for you. And there are those that, I don't know what your problem is. I've never gone through that, so what's your problem?
Yeah.
I've never been through that.
So
But
why
there's-
are you
there's too many of those
Yeah,
people.
exactly.
I've said to a few people in my life, I've said, you criticize other people for being this way or that way, but you're an asshole, and is that okay? What do you mean? My words are pretty clear.
Yeah.
You're an asshole.
Yeah.
That's okay though. You can be an asshole, but someone else can't have an issue.
Yeah, exactly.
But your issue of being an asshole has no cure.
Has no cure.
And
you
that's,
can't
I've
fix
told
stupid.
many people this through my life. Your issue has no cure.
You can't
And
fix
you don't even realize it, but there's someone who has a mental health issue or an addiction. They know they have an issue. They want to work on themselves. You're just an asshole, and you're not going to work on yourself, and you'll be an asshole at the funeral home during the wake.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be that one.
And you know
for
what?
Sure.
And I've shut a lot of people down like that by saying that. I've shut them down.
Oh, it's hot out here.
So,
Yeah.
all right. So we wanted to bring that up.
Thanks for
And,
tuning in, for sure.
Thanks for tuning in, and everyone, be supportive and understanding as much as you can, and find out if you don't know what the other person is going through, and be there for them, because years can be lost out of someone's life, if not a life itself being lost by not having support. So, folks, from Shannon,
Thank you.
John, myself, Lou, be well, take care, leave a comment, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel and give us a like. We appreciate the support.
Take care.
Take care, everyone.